Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show, the podcast. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Hope everybody did the damn things. Hope everybody did their grinds for Team Affinity Season 4. Now, the grind wasn't much of a grind. We'll talk about that. We're going to talk all about, excuse me, the content drop. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, because there is some bad, or at least some not as good. I was going to get the lay of the land and kind of use this episode a little bit as like a content update, too. Nothing negative, just kind of letting you guys know where we're at. So let's hop on in. Glad you guys are back for another week. Appreciate you all being here, whether you're on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, vinyl record player. Not quite on vinyl yet, but maybe someday. We'll start with Team Affinity 4. What I liked about it, super easy. I finished the whole thing in about 6 hours. It really wasn't hard. And that's, even if you're not good at the game, it wasn't hard. It really wasn't. You start with the exchanges, which I had easily enough, and then some, to do all these exchanges probably 3 times each. Which, that's not possible, but, like, hypothetically speaking, could have done them all 3 times each. That started you with like 37% in each division if you did these. Like, hello? Did those. Did the moments. Super simple. That's 25,000 more XP. Then I did the showdowns. 6 showdowns. A little longer than what it usually is, but not hard. Just 6 showdowns, excuse me. That's 60,000 more points. Look at that right above my head for the showdown. And then I did some of these team-related missions while spanking Colorado on the CPU on rookie mode. Very easy. You didn't have to play a single online thing if you didn't want to. And I didn't. Anything you see here now is from like what I've played since then on events or ranked or anything like that. And like, it was great. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy, dare I say. The cards were good. Like, almost all of them are really good. You could argue all of them are playable. Some are better than others for sure. Like Colton Cowser's probably on the lower end of cards released, but still, like, look at his attributes. Very viable. I don't like the 80 vision. Everything else is nice. Anybody else, like, not viable-ish? Like, even Lugo's good. Sinker Cutter. Merrill is a cheat code, by the way. I feel like anybody who uses him hits a homer every time. Riley Green was not built exactly how I liked, but like max versus righties, how can you complain about that? Severino's good. Kwan's got power. Scott's good. McMahon was free, and he's good. Chapman's like whatever. Not bad, just whatever. Like, all these guys are playable. Tovar's pretty damn good. Tyler O'Neill has never seen a baseball before. 69, very nice vision, but otherwise, holy Christ, look at this card. Like, all these... Kirby Yates just stinks because he's Kirby Yates, but they gave him a 4th pitch, so that's good. Otto Lopez is strange. Luis Garcia is nuts. I've said it. I said it on Twitter. This is going to be the most underrated card in the whole drop. Don't look at his power versus left. It doesn't matter. This card's insane. His swing is nuts. Like, all these guys are fun and good. If I could go out on a limb, and I'll say the most overrated card in this drop is Edwin Uceta, or Usita. I'm sorry if I'm saying his name right. Hopefully one of those is correct. Or sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Hopefully one of them is correct. You look at his card, Sinker Cutter we like, Circle Change we like, Slurve we like. 30 stamina's good, hits per 9's great. Break, velo, control, BB per 9, like he's got everything you want. The pitching clutch is max. No quirks, but like his controls are really good. The pitch break on the sinker is bad. The pitch break on the 12-6 is bad. He's also not hard to hit. I've seen every opponent I've faced in ranked and even in the event has used this guy, and I've shit on him 2 out of 3 times, 3 out of 4 times. You'll see the one time I did not shit on him. It's coming in a video this week. But every other time I've killed him. I don't think this card's that good. There are plenty of other bullpen options. Use them if you must, but like you don't have to. The collection was cool. Easy attainable. I like that they gave us a 99 captain. I kind of was just hoping, though, that, like, they would make the Team Affinity guys have captain capabilities versus creating a captain. This is effectively a finest card and a captain at the same time. I get it. Kind of just sick of the captain series. On that note, we can't have this episode and not talk about what the hell has happened to captain cards. Oh, did I pass it? No. Yeah, they're all 99s now. Every single flibbin' one. 12 pages of 99 overall captain. What does this do? Well, at least it makes the captain cards viable in gameplay. If nothing else, we can say that. Unfortunately, what they also did is absolutely go nuts with making the boosts better. So basically, if you're not using captains right now, you're at a severe disadvantage. Which, it's the end of the year. Throw a captain on. That's what I'm going to just be doing just to stay competitive. I don't love it. I don't want to feel like I'm forced to use certain things to stay within the meta or competitive. It's not, I understand that's how video games can sometimes work. It's just not for me. In a game predicated on choosing your own lineups and choosing your own players, because there is so much choice. There are so many options. You're still kind of pigeonholing people into using captain boosts. The availability or the variety of captain boosts has now grown because of all the 99s, which is good. Bonus benefit plus sign, but I don't like captain cards as a gameplay mechanic. I don't know. Build good cards. It's still ultimately what I come down to is build good cards. I know there's disagreements on that in the chat, and I'm open for respectful debate about it. You guys can share the opinion or have a different one, and we can all enjoy different things, and that's fine. Just letting you guys know where I come from. I don't know. I don't need cards boosted to max everything. It's fun when, like, Babe Ruth comes out and he's max everything, but I don't need to be able to, like, the meme is 98 speed Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is now out if you use certain captain boosts, and that's just, it's not even a realism thing. I don't care that this game is a fantasy land. It's just funny. It's just weird, and I don't need that. Well, you know, it is what it is. So those are like the good is the content. The not as good but still okay is the captain thing. And then the not good, in my opinion, is that ranked BR and events are over for 2024. We're already at full rewind rewards for online play. Full rewind. There is literally no point to playing any of these online modes anymore. Everything is rewind. Unless you're doing it for the sake of the game, which good for you if you are. That's not a judgment thing. There's no reason to grind anymore. No reason to grind. Thankfully, I make content, and that gives me a reason to hop on this game. So I'll stay busy. Thank you guys for watching the content. I appreciate you if you still are watching. But, like, it's all rewind, guys. Thankfully, I still need a lot. Like, part of my goal now is to get all the cards in the game. Because I want to do some, like, team videos in the last few months of the year. As you can see in the top corner that way, I have, like, no stubs left. I had 850,000 when this drop happened on Friday. I have just been snatching up cards. Snatching up cards. I have everything in Season 1 except the BR guys. Skeens, who's a chase card, but his price has been coming down. And Adley, another chase card, his price has not come down. Whew, gonna have to save for Adley. But, like, I've got every card in Season 1. Every single card. Which is, like, coolio. Every card. Look at them. All of them. This way I have theme team options. You know, I have the best cards of every person. Season 2, I didn't have enough stubs to keep going, but I've got most of these guys anyway. Some of them are World Series rewards that I'm missing. Some are BR guys. Don't worry, we're going to get them. I'm confident in that. And then, you know, a lot of these guys are cheaper. Like, these are... There's some reason Mitch Haniger's 225,000. Am I missing something here? Is it a scarcity issue? I need to know. Somebody tell me. But, like, most of these guys are, like, quick sell value. So that's good. And then Season 3 I had been keeping up with, so I have a lot of the guys, just a few that I'm missing to fill in the blanks on. A lot of them are cheap. So, the bad thing is that the content's done. Or I shouldn't say that. The online content seems to be done. There are some programs coming up this month. Make my camera go away real quick. You know, on the 3rd, which I believe is Tuesday, Captain Blizzard drop. I'm guessing that's a bunch of captains. Winter Wonderland event, new event coming later that week. I believe that's Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Another Captain Blizzard drop. milestone program and a new conquest and another Captain Blizzard drop. I am guessing the content is going to like programmatically program content keep going through December, and that'll be it. Then it'll just be all forever stuff. But like it's sad that there's still 4+ ish months left in this game. We got nothing to play for online. I guess either they went all in on 25, which is probably already built at this point, or they kind of just were like, I don't even know. Weird. Just odd to me. Like, they could still keep giving us finest cards from 2024. Like, there are so many guys we still need. I'm sure one of them will be in the milestone. I'm sure some of them will be in the milestone program. I'm sure some of them will be in these captain drop. Like, who knows? But it's just strange. And this kind of leads me to, like, what the content's going to look like for the rest of this year from me. Less of this game cycle, rather. Mondays, we're going to continue doing our mailbags. They've been popping off the last few weeks. Always leave your questions, either YouTube or Discord. Tuesdays, obviously, you're listening to it now. The podcast isn't going anywhere. And if for some reason there is going to be like a 1-week break or 2-week break here or there, which I don't anticipate, but like I'll always communicate that ahead of time. That's not going to be like surprise, no podcast. Like I'm always going to communicate that ahead of time. I don't anticipate taking any more breaks though, because I did have that like 5-week period off. I appreciate your guys' patience and grace with that. Like I'm back now, obviously. And then here's what I'm thinking. Because there are a lot of theme teams to get to, and I want to do them. So, Thursdays will continue to be our How to Pitch with videos. They might occasionally overlap with theme teams and be more theme team than they are How to Pitch with, because eventually we're going to run out of pitchers here. They might just be generally, like, pitching strategy videos versus, like, new card debuts, so to speak, because we're not going to have new cards. And then I'm trying something new. Every Friday, starting this week, already recorded it. Cbrev, shout out to Cbrev, now works for SDS. Cool cat, good guy. Very smart, very good at the game. Used to do a series when he was still uploading to YouTube called What Would Cbrev Do? Basically playing a full ranked game with no edits and walking you through everything. Every swing decision, every pitch decision, pitching change, pinch hit, etc., etc. I'm going to try that. I'm not going to call it What Would kdjTV Do? I'm just, we'll think of something. But I liked that idea. I feel like, you know, and I appreciate a ton when people have said this. I don't necessarily agree with it, but people have said that, like, my style in terms of, like, positioning content has been similar to Cbrev. Again, I don't. That's a huge compliment, so I appreciate if anybody thinks that. But I just thought I'd give it a whack. So, already recorded Friday's video. Spoiler alert. I got a little frustrated. They won't always be that way. My opponent went 8 for... spoiler alert. My opponent went 8 for 12 on goods. I went 4 for 13. And we didn't win. And you're not going to win every game, and that's fine. I'm not expecting to win every game. I don't expect to go 4 for 13 on goods while my opponent goes 8 for 12. However, that was annoying. But that's going to be a new series we try. I think that's going to provide some depth. It's going to hopefully be educational. If you guys even pick up like one little thing from every video, that's cool. It's also going to be our way to do theme team videos, so we could try out as many of these theme teams as possible. Probably not going to do, like... this week's video on Friday, I did the Giancarlo Stanton 2010s captain boost, coupled with the Mike Mussina Hall of Fame boost, which, spoiler, is a nuts boost. Suggest you look at it. It basically makes every hitter max. Incredible. But most of them are going to be actual teams. Like, we're going to do a White Sox team. We're going to do a Blue Jays team. We're going to do a Yankees. Like, we're going to do those. I'm not going to do, like, the Mark Pryor captain, or I'm not doing a switch hitting team. God forbid. I don't find those captain boosts as fun. I want to do the theme teams themselves. And that's why I've been collecting every card. Because I want to have the best versions of as many of these guys as possible. So, the actual theme teams themselves probably won't start for another couple weeks. I need to give myself time to get these guys. there might, because I want to do everyone. I'm going to keep a list of the ones I've done. There might be opportunities like, let's see. There are definitely some teams where I have all the high-level flashbacks. Like, I can't do the Orioles because I don't have Adley yet, but I've basically got everybody else. The Red Sox, like, I could do the Red Sox once I got Kyle Teal, which is in the event and easy. So, like, maybe that'll be one I do early. The Yankees, I've got everybody. Except Jazz, which I probably should get. But Jazz might not even make the all-time Yankees team based on how it's going to be built. So, like, these guys are not going to be difficult to obtain. Some of these teams. Like the Rays, I have all the high-level guys. I'm missing a couple of the lower ones. Does Yandy have a higher card? If not, like, he's cheap. I could just buy him real quick. Like, I can do some of these, but, like, here we go. The Blue Jays. I'm missing 3 high-level cards. Not like they're expensive, but that's, like, a decent amount. 4 high-level cards. Semion's very expensive. So, like, I need to get Semien. You know, there are some teams that are just going to take a little bit, so you're going to be patient. But I want to get to them all. I think it's possible, or at least most of them by the time the new game comes out. That is potentially a beautiful thing about starting. If there is a silver lining to starting all the rewind content so friggin' early, it's that all these cards are being made very available. 1 in 8 standard packs now have a chance to have a diamond in it. And they're all cards that were previously released starting in Season 1, so, like, that's a good change. It makes the standard pack at this point in the year not a complete waste of breath. I did read a comment today. Forgot who it's from, so I apologize. And I don't necessarily disagree with it. I just think it was a little too negative, his comment. Basically said, now that every card is so available and so easy to get, specifically all these program bosses, like, throughout the XP path, you could just get these guys instantaneously. They're no sell, because they've never been on the market before, but, like, you could just get all these guys instantaneously. Said it was like a slap in the face to people who've been grinding all year. Yes and no. Like, I see where you're coming from, and I don't necessarily disagree with that sentiment. Like, I worked hard all year. Not worked hard. It's a video game. But, like, you know, I put time in, and I played to grind and get the guys and use them and blah, 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 blah. And now, if you just come on the game, you can get all the good cards. That is done for a few reasons. It's allowing people to catch up, which is a good thing, because some people certainly put this game down. A lot of people put this game down to go do other things while it was stale. And I don't blame them for that. But we also have to think about, there is a portion of the player base that actually won't pick this game up at all for the first time until Christmas time. Or right after Christmas time. Either they got it as a Christmas present because it was discounted, or they're like, I might want to play MLB The Show 25 when it drops. Not that we've seen any teasers for it yet, but you know what I mean? Maybe I'll buy the current one while it's super cheap first and see what it's like. And then they get, you know, the ability to unlock all these really cool cards really easily. That is the strategy behind it, I think. For me, selfishly, like I said, it lets me fill my binder up, which I'm very excited about. I used to be a completionist. In MLB The Show, before Sets and Seasons, I owned every card in the game every year. Because it was easier. And it was fun. Like, I took joy in being a full completionist. I had every card. Every player card. You know, screw like having every uniform and every stadium. Look, can we talk about this? I don't own any of these classic stadiums. None of them, because I don't care about Polo Grounds. They're like $12K each. It's ridiculous. Neither here nor there. I'm talking about player cards. So, I mean, it is what it is. This is the way the game is structured. I'm excited Sets and Seasons are gone. We haven't even talked about that. Sets and Seasons are gone. I feel like that just got completely surpassed by all the stuff that happened when the content came out, but they dropped last week that Sets and Seasons are not coming back. We did it! I had a feeling. I mean, I was pretty confident they were not coming back. That was based on no conversations with anybody other than my own brain, but I was pretty confident they were not coming back. You just read the room. It's not that hard. But I'm glad we got confirmation. Shout out to SDS for giving us some, like, way ahead of time communication. That's honestly super cool. Not necessarily something that the organization has done a ton, at least lately. Hopefully that's a sign of things to come. I'm hoping, or I should say, I think that them giving that stuff out early was just trying to get some goodwill. Like, hey guys, we know you don't like this. We heard you. Don't worry, we're moving forward. It's gone. And it did. I mean, Twitter was very happy, anyway. Nobody was like, boo, I love sets and seasons. That's not what I saw. Facebook groups were nuts. Twitter was happy. So SDS bought themselves some goodwill. I think we just ride out these last few months of MLB The Show 24, close the book on the end of an era of sets and seasons, MLB The Show, and let's be hopeful for 25. Because at the very least, we're back to a content model, power creep, that we like and we're used to. Doesn't change gameplay. Doesn't change if it's still going to be on old gen. Like, these are still real issues we got to work with. Doesn't change the legend pool. Hopefully, though, because sets and seasons are gone, the legend pool issue is not as glaring. We'll see. We'll see. But I am the type of one who will take a small win and be happy with it for now. Hoping for more wins later, but I will celebrate the small win now because I think that's all we can do in life, right? We take the wins as they come and just celebrate them as they happen. So that's the mentality I'm taking. But yeah, I'm excited for what my content's going to look like over these next few months. So I hope you all enjoy. I hope you all enjoyed this little podcast here. As the off-season of MLB The Show progresses, there will be less talk about the current game and more talk about what do I want to see in 25. For people who are new to the podcast this year, I go through and I recap every MLB The Show announcement that happens about the new game. So we will start having MLB The Show 25 news recaps and roundup podcasts. Those are a lot of fun. Those are generally when most people tune in. So thank you if you're a newcomer from that this year. Those podcasts pop off. Those episodes on YouTube pop off. So it's when I become a quasi-journalist. I mean, I'm a journalist in my real life, but like quasi-video game journalist. So yeah, so that's what's coming. So that's it. I have to go pee-pee and eat dinner and get ready to watch Monday Night Football. So love you guys, and I will catch you next time.